Hate crime convictions.
I, as a mom, will never heal.
For the men who killed Ahmaud Arbery. Hitting back hard.
This is a flagrant violation of international law and it demands a firm response from the international community.
Punishing sanctions over an invasion that President Biden says has already begun. And a last-minute protest as the Florida legislature stands poised to make abortions before 15 weeks illegal. These stories and more coming up on Newsbreak.
Hello, South Florida.
From the South Florida Media Network's Biscayne.
Hello, South Florida. I'm Anya Joseph.
I'm Jordana Restrepo. Today is Wednesday, February 23rd, 2022.
From the South Florida Media Network's Biscayne-based studios in North Miami, this is SFMN Newsbreak.
Federal hate crime conviction for the three who killed Ahmaud Arbery in a community just across the state line from Jacksonville. The men already serving life sentences on their murder convictions in state court.
As they plan their appeal on those convictions, they could be sentenced to life a second time on the federal convictions. A jury found the three who killed Ahmaud Arbery.
Yesterday, Travis McMichael, Gregory McMichael, and William Rhodey Bryan, who attempted to chase Arbery and attempted to unlawfully confine him using their truck as he jogged through the neighborhood outside Brunswick, Georgia in February 2020. Arbery's mother relieved with the verdict.
They didn't have a son that was lying in a cold grave.
All right, come on.
And they still didn't hear my cry.
Backing up the prosecutor's case that the men chased Arbery through the streets of a neighborhood because he was black. They are currently serving life sentences after being previously convicted of murdering Arbery in a separate state trial.
No one should fear that if they go out for a run, they will be targeted and killed because of the color of their skin.
In the control center, Anya Joseph reporting.
Who killed Ahmaud Arbery guilty on a federal hate crime charge they committed against the 25-year-old a couple years ago.
Russian troops have boots on the ground in Ukraine. Even though a full invasion has yet to begin, tough sanctions from the U.S. and our allies have. The network's Sofia Lama from our D.C. borough is in Washington this morning.
In an act of defiance, Russian President Vladimir Putin has recognized parts of Ukraine as independent states and has ordered his troops in. There are worries in Washington and beyond that this is just the start of a full-scale invasion. Alarm and outrage from world leaders.
This is the beginning of a Russian invasion of Ukraine.
President Biden following through on promises of more severe sanctions. Two large Russian financial institutions sanctioned. Russia's government cut off from Western financing. The U.S. will also sanction Russian elites and send more troops to Baltic states to reinforce NATO.
If Russia goes further with this invasion, we stand prepared to go further as with sanctions.
Russian military vehicles spotted along the border with eastern Ukraine. President Vladimir Putin formally recognized two Russian-backed regions in Ukraine as independent states Monday, ordering his troops there in an alleged peacekeeping mission.
He's setting up a rationale to go much further. This is a flagrant violation of international law and it demands a firm response from the international community.
Swift condemnation from NATO allies.
Moscow has now moved from covert attempts to destabilize Ukraine to overt military action.
The United Kingdom freezing the assets of 5 Russian banks and 3 oligarchs. Russia's biggest gas customer, Germany, suspending progression of a key gas pipeline. Ukraine's president says he believes there will be no war with Russia, but cautioned his troops will be prepared. Diplomatic efforts continue, but prospects grow dimmer by the hour.
Russia currently calls the new Western sanctions illegitimate. Reporting from Washington, D.C. for the South Florida Media Network, Sofia Lama.
A final vote scheduled for today in the Florida Senate on the state's controversial 15-week abortion ban. Florida lawmakers and activists gathered yesterday in front of the state capitol to fight the reproductive freedom activists in Tallahassee, who were chanting, "Ban off our bodies," and carrying signs that oppose the controversial bill. If the bill passes, it will head to Governor Ron DeSantis and become law.
An investigation this morning into what happened right before a college lacrosse game. As the network's Fabio Lopez reports, fans hurled hate at members of the Howard University's women's team.
Presbyterian College in South Carolina continues its investigation into allegations that fans of their women's lacrosse team hurled racist and sexist comments at members of the visiting Howard University team. The incident occurred last week, right before a game between both schools. As the Howard University students were entering the pitch to start warm-ups against Presbyterian, they were allegedly met with a flurry of racist and sexist abuse by a group who appeared to be fans of the opposing team. Soon after the incident, Brian Silcott, husband of the women's lacrosse team coach Haley Scott, and a member of the USA Lacrosse Board of Directors, went to Twitter to criticize the racial slurs and insults directed at the team. Presbyterian responded to Brian on Twitter and on its website, saying that there will be an investigation held and that the school does not tolerate, quote, racism, misogyny, and hate. In a statement given to South Florida Media Network, Howard University Director of Intercollegiate Athletics, Kerry Davis, said how deeply troubled he was that his students were subjected to this form of abuse and emphasized how Howard University does not condone any of this, quote, disgraceful behavior. And he demands that Presbyterian commits a thorough investigation. Presbyterian is continuing its investigation into the incident. I'm Fabio Lopez for the South Florida Media Network.
Would you like to know where Miami falls on the newly released list of fastest rising home price?
That answer is still ahead, and so is the story.
I thought we did a lot of great things. We maybe passed the puck too many times in opportunities.
After 3 straight road wins, the Panthers are finally back home. More reaction from after last night's big game is next. Don't go away, Newsbreak will be back in 2 minutes.
Type 2 diabetes can have a big impact on your life. But how can it be prevented? Well, the first step is knowing if you have something called prediabetes. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org.
I know kids worry about a lot of things. Getting enough food to eat shouldn't be one of them. Through a nationwide network of food banks, Feeding America serves virtually every community in the United States. See how you can help your community. Visit feedingamerica.org.
If a natural disaster shows up at your doorstep, you can't just turn it away. That's why it's important to prepare for emergencies before they show up. Go to ready.gov/plan to find the tools and tips you need. And make a plan today.
You really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Homecoming hangover for the Florida Panthers, a poor showing in the team's first game at home since January. The strange schedule was affected by the extra-long All-Star break.
The Cats kept last night's game against the Panthers close, having the game tied 4-4 in the third period. But it was all Nashville after winning the game 6-4.
I think we gave them their chance. They capitalized on it, and we got to learn from it and be smarter next time when we play a game like that. So I really liked how we came out, how we played, but obviously there are some things that we need to take care of.
The Florida Panthers will be playing the Columbus Blue Jackets tomorrow night in hopes to regain their winning streak. There's a new list this morning of the cities with the fastest rising home prices, and Miami is right near the top. Miami's third, right behind number 1 Phoenix and number 2 Tampa. Nationwide homes are 19% more expensive than they were a year ago. In the South, it's closer to 25% more.
That's all the time we have today for Newsbreak. I'm Anya Joseph.
I'm Juliana Restrepo. Get more news anytime at sfmn.fiu.edu.